everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today I'm taking you with me to the very first edition of Geek Village 2024. But first of all, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome to Quillscene. My name is Megan. If you like things that have to do with reading, with writing, with my adventures as a writer, with geeky things, with witchy things, with fantasy, with all of that, you're in the right place. Make sure to click on the magical subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell, because on that way you'll always get a notification whenever I upload something new. But yeah, Geek Village 2024, what is it? And most of all, was it fun? Here in Belgium we have a few bigger events that are relatable to the cons that you see in America. You have, for example, Facts, which is a typical con in like an indoor location. But we also have like things like Elftopia, Mystery, which are more fantasy fairs, outdoors, which are a bit actually more run fair vibes, if I have to, you know, put it next to like the American equivalent. But yeah, both are equally as fun. But like in the beginning, well, not in the beginning. When did I meet the people from Geek Village? Was it during the summer somewhere, or even, was it? I think, yeah, it was Fact Spring. So still the beginning of 2025, because it was April 2024, mixing up my dates. The beginning of 2024, Fact Spring, if I'm not mistaken, I met the people of Geek Village, well, the main organizer, or one of the two of them at least, and they came to our booth with like a little printout flyer, made in Word, very simple. And they were like, hi, I'm coming to introduce myself. My name is Steve, and together with my partner, Glenn, I am going to organize a new con named Geek Village, and it will be the first con or fantasy event in Limburg, which is a part of Belgium. And we were already looking, you know, for trying to, you know, see if there were vendors who were interested to take part in our event. So of course we were very happy that there would be another con organized in Belgium, something new, something not that far from our door, because it would be like 30-45 minutes max, because where they were planning to host the event was quite close to where I used to go to school. So yeah, we signed up with the Schrijverscollectief for a booth at Geek Village 2024. And as I said, their edition was on Sunday the 17th of November, which was their very first edition. And it was from 9 till, 9 for the early birds, 10 for the normal, 10 for the normal visitors, with, well, the regular visitors with their regular tickets. And it was until 6 p.m. And it was hosted at Thor Central in Genk. Thor Central is a beautiful location that is actually a set of buildings that can be, yeah, that is related to the mines and the mine building. Well, not mine building, because that's Minecraft. But yeah, the Limburg used to be known for their mines, and a lot of people from other countries came to Belgium, to Limburg specific, to work in the mines. So Thor Central is actually a set of buildings that still have their roots in that past of the mines. So there were buildings that would be where the trains and the coal carts and stuff like that were like placed at night, were also the docks where they would work on the trains and the machinery of the mines and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a building and a place with a lot of historical vibes and information about it. We set up on Saturday, my mom and me, together with Jana Bollens, who would be one of the writers that would join our booth. And we were very happy that we could go set up on Saturday already because, as I said, Thor Central is a very beautiful location, but because it has its ties to the mines and it's like a historical protected building, modern comforts are like minimum. I mean, there are toilets and stuff like that, so that's no problem, but there were only like 2 elevators, and they were not even big elevators. They were like quite small elevators, and knowing that you had like different levels, because there were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors, if I'm not mistaken, that were full of vendors, and all those vendors had only those 2 small elevators to get their stuff up. Yeah, it was a bit chaotic. It was a lot of waiting, both to get up with your stuff and get back down with your empty carts. So yeah, it was a bit chaotic. But because, as I said, there were a lot of vendors. If I'm not mistaken, there were around 200 vendors. So yeah, 200 vendors, 2 elevators. We were happy that we could go on Saturday and had all the time of the world, you know, to patiently wait until it was our turn. But eventually, of course, on Sunday itself, we were full force with the Writers Collective. So our booth was me, my mom, who represented Magical Treasures with our display potions and bookish goodies. Then Jana Bollens, Mathias Maho, Petra Doom, and Jelmer Panman from Heroes on Paper, Helden op Papier, with his Dungeons and Dragons manual adventure books. There were lots of cosplayers. There was also lots of geeky merch and also creative businesses, which was very fun because it was a good mix. And yeah, it was a very fun edition, though it was a little bit chaotic because not only with the elevator situation, but again, it was our first edition. So they started out small with like 1 floor, and then they always had to like evolve to another floor and another floor and another floor, because the interest of vendors was so big that they, you know, always could go further and further and further until they had basically the entire building rented out for their event. And because they always had to like scale up, scale up, scale up, like the week of the event itself, like a few days before the event even started, the actual event was taking part, they made the decision to add 1 last final room to give the last few vendors that were came knocking like, hey, we want also to be part of your event, to also give those a place. But like it was 2 or 3 days before the actual event. Because of that, they didn't have a floor plan drawn out. So as a visitor, you came there and you didn't know where which booth was, which was a bit chaotic because, again, Thor Central, really beautiful location, but it is one with like hallways and small rooms that go into a bigger room and then another small room, and then you have like a staircase with a room and a balcony, and it's kind of a maze. So a floor plan was very appreciated, and it was also one of the things that came forth in the feedback of the visitors, like, it's really chaotic because we don't have a floor plan, we don't know where we find that vendor or that vendor. And sadly, we also with the Writers Collective noticed this because afterwards we had a lot of people that were like, when they saw our throwback post, like, this was our experience at Geek Village 124. They were like, oh my god, you were there too! I was there too as visitors, but I didn't find you, or didn't know you were there. And yeah, that was a bit, one of the down points, to say it like that. But I know that for the next edition, they will for sure have a floor plan. So yeah, that was a bit chaotic, but still fun. even with the no floor plan, a lot of people came by our booth. We had about, well, after the event ended, like the days after the event, you know, in the week after the event, they communicated that there were 3,000 tickets sold. So around 3,000 visitors were present, and it was actually more than 3,000 because kids until 12 years got in for free, so they didn't need a ticket. And yeah, as I said, there wasn't a floor plan, which was a bit chaotic. A lot of visitors later also complained about that, but it was one of the few critiques, actually, because for a first edition, it was organized quite well already, and they were very transparent to the vendors, also to the visitors. They communicated through their social media very well. They answered their emails very quickly. So yeah, we were very curious to see what it was going to give for 2025 because we didn't know what they were planning. Now I can already spoil that not only will they be doing another winter edition, this time in December, but not in November, but in December. But they will also be doing a summer edition in August. And I've been signed up for both of them with the Writers Collective. So yeah, really curious what's that going to give. But of course, even without a floor plan to guide us, my mom and I did some shopping and did a little walkthrough ourselves. We were familiar with the location because we once did a dark market also there, Duistermarkt, one edition, and that was also at Thor Central, so we kind of knew the layout of the place, but still we didn't know, you know, which booth was where, so we still did our own walkthrough, and it was kind of an exploration adventure, which was fun. As usual, my mom went first, and when she came back, I immediately knew she had found the booth of For Mini Geeks, because Chris, who is the creative mind behind For Mini Geeks, he draws beautiful things. He has a love for dragons that he also incorporates in his art prints. And my mom, well, I love his art style, but my mom loves it even more. And she can't stop by his booth without, buying something of his art prints. And he had another art print to the dragon. It was actually one of his older ones because that one I had seen passing by before. Full transparency, we just bought the art print, so not the frame. The frame was something we already had at home, but by now I already framed it. I hope you can see it through the glass without much reflection. But yeah, this is, I'm going to put it like this. This is the art print my mom bought. It's basically a little kid in a ship. And then the moon and a dragon. So yeah, she got that. Which was very cool. It's already framed, but until now it hasn't been hung anywhere because we are still looking for a nice place to put it. But we'll find a space, as I think I already mentioned in a previous vlog. At the moment, behind the scenes, we are busy with a bit of remodeling in the house. So we are looking to do some new floors and new built-in cases, and also, of course, a new layer of paint or wallpaper, depending on what my mom prefers. So yeah, we're kind of a bit remodeling in-house. So a lot of our art prints and paintings that are already framed haven't been hung up yet because we are still in the process of, you know, preparing everything before we actually start the decorating of the rooms. But yeah, that was my mom's buy of the day. And then it was my turn. First of all, something I can't show you, sadly, because one of the things I bought was actually a Christmas present for my cousin, Cindy. Cindy is a huge fantasy geek, just like my mom and me. My mom is her godmother, so I think that's also a bit of the influence. But my cousin, she also loves Star Wars a lot. And at the booth of our good friends from Game 24U, I saw they had the Millennium Falcon, the ship from Han Solo and Chewie, but like in the form of a bureau lamp. So it was basically the Millennium Falcon on like, an office lamp stand that you could bend and do. And then the front of the ship was basically where the light was, so you could position it to light up, you know, whatever you wanted. I got her that for her Christmas present, and she was very happy with that. Also because at the end of last year, they were remodeling her room, and she had like a display cabinet in her room now for her Legos, and she still needed a nightstand lamp, a nightlight for her nightstand. And the Millennium Falcon was perfect for that. So, yeah, good gift. Then the thing that I also bought was this. There was an, I don't remember the name, sadly, but I think I filmed it. There was a booth that sold witchy stuff, and they had like these cute hangers of witches' hats. They are wooden witches' hats that you can hang somewhere, little, you know, hanging deco. And they had different versions. This one is Cosmic Witch. I am a Cosmic Witch. I am a Moon Witch, which is part of being a Cosmic Witch. So I bought myself this one. But they also had one from Green Witch with then a green band instead of a blue one, and I also got one of those, and that one I gifted to Mathias because Mathias is a green witch. So yeah, that was my buy of the day. But then the most fun part of being a writer is getting fan art, no matter in what form, if it is drawn or digitally drawn, or if it's fan fiction of your characters or whatever, or your world. It's so much fun to see your own world and your own characters through the eyes of someone else. And especially drawn fan art for me is extra special because I myself am a writer who can't draw to save her life. I can barely draw stick figures decently, so yeah. So one of the many people that came to visit us at Geek Village were Vicky and Glenn. They are a couple that we have met at the Boekenbottelarij, I think 2023. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2023. Either way, they are by now friends from our writing family, even a bit already adopted into a writing family, if I'm honest. And yeah, Vicky and Glenn were there with a few of their friends, and suddenly Vicky and Glenn came standing right before me, and they opened up a map, well, a folder, and pulled something out and gave it to me. And it was this. It's fan art of Yura. So Glenn drew this. Vicky had like a few weeks before Geek Village, we were like talking through the chat, and we were talking about colors because she was painting her kitchen or her living room, one of the two, and she had a very specific tint of blue. And she had like all these swatches of colors, and she was like, which color blue is actually Yura's highlight? And I was like, yeah, more icy blue, so more this color. Yeah, we were talking like that. But I didn't know she was actually fishing to get this color combination. Because the exact shade blue I told her Glenn has used for the blue for Jura in his version. And yeah, this is Jura as she is. She is dressed up in her apron with her oven mittens. And yeah, baking chocolate chipped cookies. That is Jura how she is. She bakes. She loves baking and loves drinking tea. And for a dragon that may be weird, but it's actually trauma response because the little baby has been through a lot. But yeah, this was actually the highlight of Geek Village for me. Because again, I love getting fan art. And again, I think I already said it in a previous vlog too. I have, over the years, accumulated a few pieces of fan art that people gave me. And all of those pieces are of Jura. So yeah, another one to add to the Jura folder. The fun thing is they printed it on sticker paper, so this is basically a sticker. But Glenn also said if you, it's by the way not Glenn from the organization of Geek Village, that's a different Glenn. This is Glenn from Vicky and Glenn. But Glenn said if I wanted to use this fan art for something else, I just had to contact him and then he would give me the digital file. But yeah, little Jura was very happy with that. And with that, we're already at the end of the haul and at the end of this video. Yeah, as I said, Geek Village was a very, very fun edition. First edition, also a very fun event. Only, of course, the fact that they didn't have a floor plan caused for a bit of chaos. But still, overall, it was very good, well organized. And as I said, I'm already looking forward for the editions, both the summer as the winter edition for 2025. And with that, we are to the full end of this video. If you liked it, please leave a little comment or a thumbs up down below. Those things help me more than you know, because it helps my channel grow, but it also, you know, gives me the motivation to continue making videos. And of course, I love reading your feedback. So if you want to leave something down below, feel free to do so. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And hopefully I see you guys soon for another bookish, magical, probably on the go video. Bye!